What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Wrestling Experience. My name is Earl Cole, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen, will be taking place tonight in Albany, New York, as we get ready for the biggest event of this summer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Grand Slam, which will happen next Wednesday night, ladies and gentlemen, from Arthur Ashe Stadium. But I'm not here alone tonight for this watch along. No. Jeffrey Turner is here and he's going to pop in here very shortly. And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to debut something very good here. Maybe we tuned Peanuts. How are you? Hello. Hit that like button. Thank you so much for hitting the streams, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey Turner is my co-host, and he's here. Jeffrey is here, and I was going to introduce you, sir, and then you just popped right into the stream. Well, welcome, Jeffrey. Welcome to the AEW Watch Along. We are back together again, like Peaches and Herb would say. Jeffrey, what a night this is going to be for AEW Dynamite, debuting tonight in Albany, New York.
It's going to be a very interesting AEW Dynamite. Can you hear me okay? I just got a couple of new headphones, so just let me know if you can hear me clearly.
No, I can hear you very clearly. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move forward here, welcome to the experience.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new stuff.
Join the Dark Order. Join the Dark Order, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I hope you all enjoyed that. That's something new here on my show. And it's something that we're going to get used to because every time I say the word experience,
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the new stuff.
How do you guys like that intro, huh? Pretty nice intro that Mr. Earl has over here on the other side. Pretty fired up, huh? Get ready for this big AEW Dynamite show.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, something new for the wrestling experience, and I want to thank Mitch Kofsky for that intro. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready tonight for the wrestling. We are ready for AEW Dynamite. We're just a few minutes away from getting started on this extravaganza. I do want to let everybody know that the Raw Watch Along returns this Monday night, and we are going to have Raw this Monday night from the beautiful state of San Jose, California. As the great Dionne Warwick would say, do you know the way to San Jose? Yes, I think we all do. Jeffrey and I, we are going to return. Thank you, Normal Guy. Thank you so much. And welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. We're going to return with the Raw Watch Along from San Jose, California. Jeffrey, I hope that you have your flip flops and I hope that you have some sunscreen ready because we're going to take a trip to San Jose County, California for Monday Night Raw this Monday night.
Oh, I got the subs packed away in the freezer. I got the sunscreen put up in the bag. I got my glasses all ready. I got my beach towel. I'm all ready to sit out there. I'm ready to sit out there on the beach, get my tan on, and get ready for some Monday Night Raw wrestling and see what we got coming up next.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for Monday Night Raw this past Monday night, it was the lowest ratings on Raw. For the first time ever, Triple H suffered a blow. It was
It's
not a good show.
The Monday Night Football game had a lot to do with it. The Monday Night Football game had a lot to do with why the ratings did drop.
The Triple H suffered a gut punch, unfortunately. CEW Bed-Stuy, how are you tonight? Almighty Finesse, what's doing? Normal Guy, what's doing? Just to let everybody know, we are broadcasting on Jeffrey's channel. We're broadcasting on my channel. We're broadcasting on the Hardcore Sports Network. And if you want to follow the Hardcore Sports Network on Twitch, Hardcore Sports Network 1. And of course, please subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network on YouTube. Subscribe to Jeffrey's channel. Subscribe to my channel. Like this channel. Like Jeffrey's channel. Like the Hardcore Sports channel. And all points in between. Because me and Jeffrey, we always bring it on every single watch along, especially my co-host Jeffrey, who always brings it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are just 2 minutes away from AEW Dynamite from Albany, New York. Now, next week, we will not be doing this watch along because I'm going to be live in Arthur Ashe Stadium next Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite. So again, we're going to do the AEW Dynamite Grand Slam number 2 next Wednesday night. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll look forward to that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know, next Friday, the 22nd, wait a minute, hold on. Thursday's the 22nd.
Yeah.
23rd, next Friday, the 23rd at 10 a.m. Tickets for the AEW's Full Gear go on sale next Friday. That is next Friday at 10 a.m. for Rampage and Full Gear will take place in the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. I will be attending both shows, and I hope that I'll see you in Newark, New Jersey, in the month of November. Just to let everybody know, in WWE related news, WWE has sold 96,000 tickets so far for WrestleMania. WrestleMania tickets are flying out the door. We are ready, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready for AEW Dynamite. So let me just turn on TBS. Very funny. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the rules for this watch along. We cannot show you exactly what we're looking at, but we can describe what we're looking at. And we can describe it very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first hour. I will take the first hour, and Jeffrey will take us home on the last hour.
We're going to play off one another while we do this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the opening for Dynamite is on, and here comes the pyro. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. We're coming to you from Albany, New York.
This is going to be a really fun show.
Yep, and here comes John Moxley. Oh, we're going to go to the Grand Slam Tournament of Champions, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to kick the show off. And here comes Moxley.
So you got
Who,
John
by the
Moxley,
way, should win this entire tournament and get... Go ahead, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You're getting John Moxley, the former two-time AEW World Champion, against one of the pillars of AEW, who was the former TNT Champion, Sammy Guevara. Most would think that Moxley's going to come out with the victory here, but can't count on a guy like the Spanish God, who could come out and surprise you with out of nowhere and possibly win this thing and go after his first AEW World Championship, which would be well-deserved for a guy with the talent of Sammy Guevara.
Which I wouldn't have any issues with.
Absolutely not. I think it would actually be justified if a guy like Sammy Guevara is able to capture that world title. It's just a question of how he's going to use it and how he's going to go forward with it. So, really curious to see how this matchup is going to go. Moxley is probably the favorite, the heavy favorite to win this match, but you can't discount a guy with the talent of a Sammy Guevara to possibly pull off the upset.
Exactly. So Moxley right now, ladies and gentlemen, is in the ring, and the audience and the Albany audience is embracing Moxley. Not a sold-out show, not a sold-out show, but we have a big crowd tonight.
Mm-hmm. This is a big moment right now for AEW to really get back some good karma after all the nonsense that's happened with them around the whole scrum that happened at AEW All Out that you and I covered about a week and a half ago. So they're going to have to keep coming out with banger shows and try to keep the audience engaged because the Bucks aren't here. Omega's not here. Obviously, CM Punk is not here. We don't know what's going on with him. So AEW has to really come out firing on all cylinders and just hit up with banger after banger after banger shows, especially going into a very critical Grand Slam show next week at Arthur Ashe Stadium. So AEW's just got to go with what they know best and just put out some fantastic shows, put out some great matches, continue to build up some of these feuds that they've been building up to, and make sure they lead up to the World Championship match. Whoever's going to come out on top next week at Arthur Ashe Stadium, and like Earl said, he's going to be over there in Queens for AEW Grand Slam, and that night we will find out who will be the new AEW World Champion.
And history will be made next Wednesday night. History will be made in front of 20,000 people. History will be made. And I can't believe that I'm going to be part of that history. I cannot believe I'm going to be part of that history. But yes, it will happen next Wednesday night. Now the Spanish God is in the ring. He's already been introduced. And we are going to get underway in just a moment. Just to let everybody know about CM Punk, apparently he suffered a torn tricep muscle in the altercation at All Out. So it looks like he's going to go back on the shelf, and it looks like he's going to have surgery. So it looks like he's going to be out for a very long time.
I actually heard he got injured during the match. He got injured very early when he did a tope suicida through the middle rope 5 minutes into the match, and then he was pretty much injured the entire time because he was favoring that right arm. You and I might have not seen it when we were watching the show, but yeah, he apparently got hurt very early, and then I guess it just got exacerbated when he had that backstage scrum.
Right. Well, he's got his own self to blame for that. So
absolutely.
Moxley right now with a headlock on Guevara. Moxley again with that headlock on Guevara, and he's not giving up tonight. We have Jungle Boy tonight taking on Jay Lethal. That should be interesting.
It's a
We
fantastic
have
match.
Swerve and Our Glory taking on the Lucha Brothers. Serena Deeb will take on. Serena Deeb will be in action.
Good to see her
Brian
back on
Danielson.
television.
Yeah, Brian Danielson and Chris Jericho will be taking on each other. Moxley right now is in the corner. Guevara is chopping him, giving him forearm shivers to the face, kicking him in the gut, and he's banging him away in the gut, in the face. Guevara is just mashing Moxley, and the referee is yelling at him, "Get him out of the corner, please!" And oh wow, what a clothesline by Moxley! Spin move by Guevara, sold it well. Moxley now with some back. No.
Sammy Guevara putting the boots right now in the face of John Moxley. Ooh. Who do you in this match, Earl, do you think it favors out more? Do you think it favors out Moxley, or do you think it favors out Guevara?
I would say at this point in time, Moxley has nothing to lose in this match, but Guevara has everything to gain in this match, because if he wants to establish his pillar legacy, he must win the match.
Mm-hmm.
And he must move forward if he wants to become champion for the first time. Oh, wow. Guevara with a beautiful move on the outside. And Guevara again, Tope Suicida to tornado. Oh, excuse me. It's a tornado move over the top rope on Moxley. Just to let everybody know, they just made the announcement that the AEW will be making their Seattle, Washington debut on January the 4th. That is January the 4th. AEW will be coming to Seattle. Wow.
This kid is so incredibly gifted, Sammy Guevara. He's so gifted in the ring.
Yes, he is. Oh. He driven Moxley's head into the steps. Oh. Opening contest. Here we go. Mitch's favorite thing. We're going to picture-in-picture.
Oh, we all love that picture-in-picture. This is an important matchup for Sammy Guevara, because John Moxley, essentially, we know about the powerful promo that he cut last week on Wednesday, pretty much symbolizing in a way how every single one of the fans and people and the wrestlers backstage feel about the thing that happened. Of course, we all know it all out. So, but Moxley has nothing to prove. He is a former two-time AEW world champion. This is Sammy Guevara's chance right here to finally establish himself as one of those four pillars. If you guys do not know the AEW four pillars that have been talked about, it's, of course, Darby Allin, MJF, Jungle Boy, and then, of course, Sammy Guevara. None of those guys have really had the opportunity right now to become AEW world champion yet. You figure the first one would be Maxwell Jacob Friedman, but this is an opportunity for somebody like Sammy Guevara to really entrench himself as a consistent main eventer and possibly be the first one of those four pillars to get up to the top of the mountain and become the AEW world champion. So this is Sammy Guevara's opportunity right now to go out here and establish himself that he's ready to become a consistent main eventer and become a world champion in this promotion going forward.
Right. No, that's what I just said. I just think that this match favors him because he is the four pillars. He claims to be the four pillars. Well, you have to prove that you are the four pillars. You have to win the tournament, go forward, and win that championship belt, which is very important. Very, very important right now to Guevara, who right now is Moxley 2, and no, Moxley kicks out. No.
I still think the match
raining down fist on Moxley's head. Go ahead, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
I just think honestly this match still favors Moxley because of the fact that he's already been world champion and Sammy Guevara hasn't gotten to the top of the mountain yet. So I still think overall this match should favor John Moxley. But you never know. You always get the surprise with like the complete unknown in any one of these matches, and maybe it's Sammy Guevara's time, but we'll have to see what comes out in the outcome.
Yes. Um, right now, Guevara has Moxley in the corner as we still wait for the full picture to come back, and he chops Moxley in the throat with a chop. Moxley is rolling out of the ring. Guevara is following him. Now both men are on the apron. Both men are on the apron, and we're back from picture in picture. So Moxley right now, he's trying to power drive Moxley on the edge of the apron, but Moxley is refusing to let that happen. He's banging Moxley in the back. Now Moxley headbutts Guevara and bang! Oh, he sold it well. DDT on the edge of the ring. Both men are outside, and we got what Jeffrey calls chaos.
Oh, there's chaos all over the place, my friend. It looks like he was going for that Gotch pile driver that's Claudio does that he used to do in
Right,
WWE. Oh,
right.
I just caught that move that you were just talking about before, Earl. That's like a reverse DDT right
Yeah,
on the edge of the ring. So I mean, that's a pretty sick move by John
right,
Moxley. And Sammy
right,
Guevara is absolutely laid out right now on the outside. Looks like his eyes are wide open.
right. Exactly. Just to let everybody know, AEW will be returning to Bridgeport, Connecticut on November the
Hmm.
16th, and then they were going to Boston on the 9th of November. And they are going back to Chicago for Thanksgiving holiday. So Guevara right now is on the apron, and Moxley now gives him a chop to the throat. Moxley is scraping the back of Guevara like a cheese grater. The referee's telling him, get down, get down. Moxley is biting Guevara on the nose. Moxley now is going to set him up for a superplex from the top rope. Oh, what a beautiful move. From the top rope, the superplex, very deadly. He crawls into the cover. Moxley, one, two, no, no. Now he's got an arm bar, like a chicken wing kind of a arm bar kind of a thing. Now he transitions that into,
Ooh.
oh no, Guevara right now, and Guevara is channeling his inner Bret Hart and trying to get him into the sharpshooter. Moxley kicks him off in the corner. Moxley whips in the corner. Guevara follows him in. Insecurity in the back of the head. Guevara now. Oh, what a beautiful cutter like move off the top rope. One, two, no. No. The match continues.
Sammy Guevara trying to speed up the match a little bit more compared to like the more ground and pound, slow pace match that John Moxley has. He's trying to establish.
Yeah. Which Jeffrey, let me ask you something. Which do you prefer? Slow and methodical or fast and quick?
Well, I think both of those types of ways to go about it are pretty effective. I mean, you could always hit them, with that quick pace because you're not expecting it to happen, and it's just like bing bang. But it's also good to methodically just take somebody out, like slowly and surely. You methodically take them out, slow them down, and eventually you just like when they're weakened out because of the beating that they've been taking in the ring. That's when you eventually strike and put the final blow into them. So to be honest, I kind of like the slow, methodical way that John Moxley is doing his offense because the quick way is effective at one point, but eventually, because you're going at such a high rate speed, you're going to start slowing down, and eventually, the quick pace is going to, falter. Whereas if you go slow, you can have a good, even pace going on through the match. There's a beautiful Spanish fly by Guevara.
Not only that, but right, yes, and he did get a 2 count out of it. Now Guevara is on the top rope, and it looks like he's going for a 460 splash. But Moxley gets up. Moxley bangs him on the back with his fist, and Moxley, whoa! What a move by Moxley! I don't know what you call that off the top rope. I have no idea what you call that, but it was effective.
I think he's going for that 630 move.
Here come the ladies. Here come ladies. Here comes Anna
boy.
Jay, and I don't know who else this is. Now they're going to distract the referee. I think it's Ty Mello. Yes.
Yep. Here's Sammy Guevara's wife, Ty Mello, as well as Anna Jay.
Oh, no. Ty Mello just kicked Moxley in the beans and the franks. And now he rolls him up 1, 2. No. Moxley kicks out. And by the way, she didn't do it right. She screwed up the move.
Yeah,
Moxley's
she kicked him right in the ass.
Closed. Yeah.
She kicked him right in the ass cheeks. Come on, Ty. Come on, Ty.
Oh, God. Guevara moves out the way. Moxley moves out the way, and now he's gonna go for the bull nose. Oh no! Roll him up 1, 2. No, I thought he was gonna go for that bull choke. But when she kicked him in the beans and the franks, his legs were closed.
Oh,
you don't know how to do that right. God, jeez.
The legs weren't even completely closed. His legs were open. And she just kicked him in the ass.
No, but
the spot was ridiculous.
I digress. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. It made no sense. It was botched. Anyway, Moxley now with a forearm shiver. Oh, Guevara with a knee right to the face. Super kick to Moxley. He picks up Moxley. And he's going to go to sleep. No. Moxley. Oh, paradigm shift. 1, 2, 3. Moxley goes forward.
Oof. Ashton, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Hope you're enjoying your night so far. Good to see you in the chat.
Hey, Aston G. Hi, Aston G. How are you? Hit the like button on all 3 channels. I have to tell you something, Jeffrey. Yep. I have to tell you something, Jeffrey. Let me tell you something. When you do a spot like that with the low blow, you first of all, she shouldn't have kicked him. She should have used her arm like everyone else does. She didn't do it right. It was botched. Yeah. Anyway, when you kick somebody in the beans and the franks, you gotta make sure that you do it right and it don't look bad on camera. But anyway,
it just makes no point. It's just very silly, and it didn't even look believable when they did it. It looked very, very phony when they went out there and did the spot because the referee was standing there pretty much distracted by Anna Jay for about like 10, 15 seconds. You figure in wrestling 101, we know it's wrestling. They're going to pay attention to what's going on. But you figure he would eventually turn around and see Ty Mello walking in slowly to, well, in this case, try to kick him in the nuts. But instead, she actually kicked him in the ass when his legs were perfect. It was right there for him to execute that. So it was silly. The match was solid overall. I'll say that. The match was solid overall. Yes. Not great. It was good. And now, obviously, the winner of the Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho matchup will be taking on Jon Moxley next week at Queens, where our good buddy over here, Earl Cole, will be at Grand Slam for the AEW World Championship that we all know was dropped to the CM Punk injury, as well as the backstage fight that happened, and where there's still more details coming out about that backstage fight and what could be some of the repercussions going forward for AEW's former 2-time world champion, who was only champ for 6 days, as well as the Elite going forward, as there is some news about how right now the Elite as well as CM Punk. But obviously, with CM Punk being out, injured, he's going to be there. But right now, the Elite are not listed as part of the Full Gear pay-per-view in November. So that's just a little bit of news right now concerning Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, that right now they are not listed internally as part of the AEW Full Gear show. Now, things could change from now until November, but as of this moment right now, and Kenny Omega was actually in Japan. He was spotted over there in Japan with, I believe it was Kota Ibushi and a couple of others of his other friends from New Japan. So obviously he's suspended right now. There was some suspensions that were lifted, including Brandon Cutler and Pat Buck and some of the other guys that were part of the AEW scrum. But right now, as we speak, Kenny Omega is right now, I believe, in Japan with his buddies over there. He's suspended, as well as the Young Bucks. We don't know how long they're going to be suspended for. And as of this moment, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are not expected to be part of the Full Gear pay-per-view when it's in Newark, New Jersey this coming November. How you doing, Raphael?
Hello, Raphael. How are you? Hit that line. And thank you for that news, Jeffrey. I appreciate it.
No problem.
We all know that Punk will be out for God knows for who knows.
I think it's like 6 to 9 months, I believe. I think 6 is the earliest and 9 is the latest, depending on how he rehabs that torn triceps.
This and also I'm just going to jump on what you just said. There is legal action again pending here for all the people that were involved in this. Lawyers are being called in. The arena lawyers are getting involved in it too. So this is going to be a mess. This is a mess. It shouldn't have happened. Everybody involved in this was guilty as sin, and it shouldn't have happened. And I'm not picking anybody's side. I'm not doing any side picking. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying everybody that was involved in this was wrong. It was dead wrong, and it shouldn't have happened.
But Earl, you want to know who the biggest culprit of the whole entire thing is? It's Tony Khan. Everybody that's been talking about this whole scrum, no matter what content creator you are or fan, it's Tony Khan's fault, because he had an opportunity when Hangman cut that promo against CM Punk a while about the situation going on with Colt Cabana and Punk. We already know those two have had a very rocky relationship. Tony Khan had a chance to diffuse this whole situation. He didn't do it then, and he never did it during this entire time building up. As right now, our buddy Maxwell Jacob Friedman is about to enter the AEW ring. The best thing in AEW and in wrestling right now.
Yes. And Moxley, MJF is saying 7 days he hasn't slept a wink. He told everybody to shut up.
It's because I saw the look in your eyes, man. You had the look of a man who had no fear, and you have no idea how much that pisses me off.
He pisses Maxwell Jacob pissed off.
Somebody else. You see a podium in this ring? Huh? You see an MJF 2020 sign? No, you don't. Because I'm not the same kid I was the first time you and I crossed paths, John. Not by a long shot.
I remember that too, that match back in 2020.
Yes.
Because I ain't playing the character,
yes.
John. You are.
Ooh.
Walking around all tough, big bad John Moxley.
Big.
You're a joke. You're about as much as a joke as these schmucks.
All right, he just said that the audience in Albany is a joke.
I love this guy.
I especially love the part where you talked about your childhood, because it turns out you were raised much the same as all these people here in Albany, New York.
You were raised the same like everybody in Albany, New York. Uneducated, poor, and stupid as fuck. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. You got bullied. He says John Moxley was bullied.
When MJF acts like a prick, everybody should be listening to what he has to say.
I love it.
His promos have to be the most cutting edge thing I've ever seen in my life.
He's a prodigy.
I don't know where
He's a prodigy in the wrestling business. That's exactly what he is.
I don't know where he comes up with these things.
From the slums of Cincinnati, except the only difference is now you're old enough to drown all your childhood trauma in alcohol like a worthless drunk.
He said Moxley is a worthless drunk.
He's cutting it in. He's getting going cutting edge right now.
Yeah, he's getting personal. You shut your mouth, fat boy. He said, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. And he just said, eat another hot dog.
What a dick, and I love it. What a dick.
You're more dangerous than your disease. Bad things happen when people get in MJF's way.
How about you skip Arthur Ashe? Because if I were you, I wouldn't want to be winning my AEW World title.
He's got a point.
He said, I wouldn't be.
Make no mistake about it, Albany. It's my title.
Well, you have to beat the champion in order for it to be your title.
Oh, he's going to beat the champion. Oh, he is definitely going to beat the champion.
And that will happen, ladies and gentlemen, at Full Gear.
Since you left those slums of Cincinnati, you don't deserve it. That demon told you he was going to take everything away from you. Your family, your fame, your success, your fortune. Know this, John Moxley. If you do not tread lightly, you will find out that I am that demon.
He said, I am that demon.
And I'm a demon.
What a promo.
And that's a demon you can't slay.
Let's get down to business. Not that that's something you can understand since you're all poor.
He said, not that he says everybody in Albany is poor.
What a promo. I love it.
They all share the same goals. Allow me to introduce to you the first ever stable on retainer, led by a man who is my best friend. A man who I have known since I was 19 years old. And a man who's got more talent in his little pinky than any of you worthless pieces of shit have.
Ooh! Oof!
So that's the name of his group, The Firm?
Yes. With Stokely Hathaway. And here comes Stokely Hathaway, ladies and gentlemen, and The Firm.
Stokely Hathaway, Lee Moriarty, Will Morrissey, The Gun Boys, and Ethan Page.
And I have
what a hell of a little group he's got.
And let me tell you something. And I have a feeling that this group is going to help MJF win that title. This group right here is going to help MJF become champion.
See, I have to wonder right now, is MJF part of this group or not?
Yes. I think so.
Jacob Friedman. This man was disenfranchised. He wanted to quit AEW until I told him, if you quit, you're going to give everyone exactly what they want. And now it's time for you to get what you want. So we sat down and we prayed and we prayed and we prayed and we came up with a logical solution. Everyone in this ring on retainer.
Yep.
We are MJF support system while we gain more opportunities for our
Yep. So it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like MJF belongs to the firm.
So I'm going to admit something for the first time on national television. I'm not a publicist. I'm not a manager. And I damn sure ain't no assistant. Just a friend. A friend who has a network and connections to the media and what happened. And so I wish you had a friend just like me.
He's awesome on the mic too.
So basically, Hathaway says he's not an assistant; he's a friend. Yeah, he's a friend. So he says there's no rock that he hasn't unturned. So, let me ask you something, Jeffrey. Do you think Stokely Hathaway is dangerous?
In what way?
With this faction.
I mean, look at the guys behind him. Absolutely, they got a lot of potential there in that group. I mean, the Gun Boys are very good, both Austin and Colton. I mean, Lee Moriarty is a very talented young athlete. Will Morrissey brings that size element to the group. And, of course, Ethan Page is one of those guys he's very underrated how good he is. Absolutely, I think this group is very good. And you have a guy like MJF who's sort of like the leader of this group.
I think it's time for this young man to become a star.
I think Lee Moriarty, ladies and gentlemen, would be a great TNT champion.
There's a lot of talent in this group. There's a lot of talent in this group that they have.
Yes, there is. And there is potential there. Broke ass daddy. Ethan Page needs a championship too. He deserves it.
He does. He's too talented not to be put in this position. And I was not an Ethan Page fan at first, but I've grown to like him.
Yeah.
He wants to represent his country. Excuse me, his beautiful home country of Canada.
I've been to Canada once.
I've been to Canada a few times back in the day. Absolutely. Depending on the city you've been, every single one of those cities over there in Canada are beautiful.
I've been to Montreal.
I've been to Toronto a few times. I've been to Montreal a couple of times. I've been to Vancouver. All very, very nice cities, but very different.
Okay. That's good, Jeffrey. That's some good memories. Ladies and gentlemen, the promo is over, and Stokely Hathaway is leaving the ring. Yes, Jeffrey, go ahead.
It seems like that that AEW right now is building up this group. It's like the ones that are going to take over this company right now. The thing is, it's good for Stokely Hathaway to say all the things that he said right now about this group. But the fact of the matter is this group has to start taking action and start showing what they can do in AEW, because you can talk the talk, but the question is, can these guys all walk the walk, and can we start seeing this faction slowly but surely start taking over the company? Because there's so many other people that they need to get on television, and they seem like that they really want to make this faction feel important. So eventually you're going to have to start getting these guys in matchups. You know, have the Gun Club get involved in the tag team division. Have Lee Moriarty maybe get into the All-Atlantic division. Maybe have Ethan Page get along in the TNT division. I don't know what you're going to do with Will Morrissey.
Right.
Maybe get him in the TNT division, but you really have to start building up right now this group and get them some wins. And get this group, you know, to feel more important just the talk there right now that they've been showing on television.
Right.
But I like the look of them. I like the direction they're going, but we have to see what they're going to do.
Yep, I agree. I agree with the assessment. Sanjay Dutt is behind stage right now talking about the match with Jungle Boy.
Yep.
And here we go. Jungle Boy is about to come down to the ring to meet Jay Lethal. I have a feeling Luchasaurus will be interfering in this match.
Yep. And as we all know, Christian Cage right now will not be on AEW television for a while, as he as well has undergone tricep surgery after the reason why he did not wrestle or his match was so short is because he suffered also from a torn triceps, and he's going to be out for about the same amount of time that CM Punk is going to be out. So you're not going to be seeing Christian Cage on television for at least about 6 to 9 months. So they're going to probably try to stretch out this feud between Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy until Christian Cage is eligible to come back on television and start wrestling. Maybe they're going to have him come back within that 6 months range. And then eventually, you know, when he starts getting ready into ring shape, then they'll pull off the match maybe around Double or Nothing time. That's, I guess, like the early optimistic time they'll do it. But, yeah, that's just the outlook right now in terms of Jungle Boy versus Christian Cage. And the reason why Jungle Boy and Christian Cage's match was so short is because Christian Cage was dealing with a torn triceps that he just had surgery on. So just want to give everybody the update on that little situation and what's going to be happening going forward with this Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus and Christian Cage storyline going forward.
So they're showing you Jay Lethal and what he did 3 weeks ago and grabbing the tights. And here comes Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh, and Jay Lethal are all in the ring. Just to let you know, the Hardcore Sports link is in the chat. Please know that you subscribe to Hardcore Sports Network. Follow them on Twitch at the Hardcore Sports Network. Hardcore Sports Network N1. And, of course, follow them on Twitter as well. Mm-hmm. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe to Jeffrey's channel, my channel, and, of course, hit that like button on all 3 networks. Thank you very much. And Jay Lethal right now is in the corner of Jungle Boy and Aubrey Edwards asking for a break. And Pie facing him. Oh, he smacked Jay Lethal in the face.
This is going to be a very interesting matchup between Jungle Boy and Jay Lethal. You figure Jungle Boy is going to get the win here to build him up some more, but Jay Lethal needs to get some wins too eventually if he wants to have another TNT title match against Wardlow, which maybe is the direction they're going.
Right. Overhead chop by Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy scales the ropes, flips him roundhouse, drop kicks Jay Lethal, and beautiful nip up by Jungle Boy.
Nice little reversal there by Jungle Boy.
Yes. He tripped Jungle Boy. He's going for... Oh, no. Jungle Boy rolls him up in a small package. No. Aubrey Edwards only got 2 out of it. Oh, a dragon screw. No, he reversed it. Beautiful counter by Jungle Boy. Lethal tried to... Oh, excuse me. Jungle Boy now with a beautiful forearm to Lethal, knocking him over the apron. Jungle Boy looks like he's gonna. No, Jungle Boy, stop. Satnam Singh says, nope. You're not gonna fly tonight, Jungle Boy. Nope. Nope. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? No. Oh. Sanjay Dutt distracting the referee and hitting the back. Hit in the back. Make sure you guys in the chat hit that like button and subscribe to Jeffrey's channel, my channel, and the Hardcore Sports Network. Oh,
I don't like this group. I don't like this group between Satnam Singh, Sanjay Dutt, and Jay Lethal. I don't know why. It's just not connecting with the crowd. And I think Jay Lethal is too good to be stuck with these two guys. I like Dutt. I think he was a terrific wrestler when he was in Impact. The Satnam Singh thing is just not working. I think Jay Lethal is really just being held back right now by these other two guys. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I think Jay Lethal needs to be away from these two to be feeling like he's going to be taken more seriously.
I agree. I agree with the assessment.
It's just not good because I don't like I mean, the whole thing with Satnam Singh is we know he's 7 foot tall. We know he's an imposing force out there, and we know that Sanjay Dutt is a very good. He's very good on the mic. But Jay Lethal can go on the mic too. He's very talented on the mic, and the guy's one of the most underrated wrestlers on the independent scene. And when he was part of Ring of Honor, you just want to see a guy like Jay Lethal be able to go out there and to be able to show what he can do on his own. Because I really feel like he's being held back right now by these other two guys. We know that Tony Khan likes to put together factions, but I mean, this is not helping Jay Lethal, and it's not helping these other guys out right now. As they're really just stuck in like that nowhere land. They're just there. It feels like, and that Jay Lethal, especially, you want to build him up to be a potential TNT competitor against a guy like Wardlow who's destroying everybody. You need to make Jay Lethal come off more seriously, and it's just not happening right now. They just feel like a filler, like a filler team.
Right. A great assessment. That's a great assessment by you. Great assessment. I agree with the assessment. I think that separation is the key here.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk about him in the championship pay window, he has to be by himself, and he has to win the matches himself, not with any help, not with an asterisk, not with an asterisk next to the victory.
Yes, absolutely.
Jay Lethal right now is just pounding away at Jungle Boy in the middle of the ring. He scoops Jungle Boy and slams him to the mat. We are still in picture-in-picture. Mitch Kofsky's favorite thing. Picture-in-picture, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let everybody know, make sure that you subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. Follow them on Twitch at Hardcore Sports 1. Make sure you follow them on Twitter, Hardcore Sports N. And, of course, subscribe to their YouTube channel. And, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to Jeffrey's channel. And all channels in between. And hit that like button. It helps out Jeffrey's channel. It helps out my channel. And it helps out the Hardcore Sports Network. And as a whip to the rope, Lethal just whipped Jungle Boy into the rope. We are back from picture, ladies and gentlemen. Jungle Boy again to the rope. Again. And back with that tape on this back. Wow. Again, a whip to the rope. Oh, Jungle Boy, beautiful clothesline coming out of the corner. And he sold it very well. Beautiful spin move. Now both men are down. Dutt is concerned. He's walking around along with Satnam Singh. I don't know who
this guy just feels like a waste.
Yeah, I don't know who's worse. Satnam Singh or what's that other one there?
The Great Khali or Omos? Omos sucks.
I don't know. I don't know who's worse. I really don't know who's worse. Who's greener?
I've never seen Satnam Singh wrestle, so I can't really, gauge on how bad he is in the ring. I'm sure he's not good. It's probably Great Khali level bad, but I mean, we've seen Omos do what he's done in the ring. He's very limited. He can barely move around in that ring.
Yeah.
So I have to say Omos right now because he's actually gone in the ring right now.
Yeah, he moves like sand.
He does. I mean, he's 7 foot. You're not expecting this guy to move around
Right.
like a cruiserweight. You're not expecting him to like do backflips or like 450s or anything off the top ropes. It's just it's a boring
Right.
style, and it's like there's so much you can do with guys like that, especially if they can't cut their own promos. It's useless. It makes it pointless.
Yeah, and another thing too with Omos is that I cannot take him. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh, Brain Buster by Jungle Boy. 1, 2, no. Sanjay Dutt almost came into the ring and interfered in the match.
Jungle Boy selling that back injury too when he suffered that against in the match before against Christian Cage when he got chokeslammed on that grate from Luchasaurus.
Right. Swerve Now Glory is coming up with Lucha Brothers. Oh, beautiful backspin move. Beautiful leg sweep off the top rope by Lethal. 1, 2, no. Just to let everybody know that this match is really good. I don't have any issues with it whatsoever, but I agree with Jeffrey. It is time that Jay Lethal attach himself from Satnam Singh and Mr. Dutt. Anyway, Jungle Boy now has Lethal by the arms. Oh, he's going to do a kill switch a la Christian. No. Lethal. Oh, beautiful, beautiful back counter. Lethal now goes over the ropes. Tope Suicida to Jungle Boy. He throws Jungle Boy back in the ring. Jungle Boy now is going to Lethal now with an elbow drop on Jungle Boy. 1,
nice
2.
move.
Oh, no.
Looks like he was trying to go for that lethal injection before, but like you just mentioned before, Jungle Boy was able to counter it, trying to hit that kill switch.
Yeah, and now he's got Lethal in the snare trap. Lethal is trying to reach the ropes, and Jungle Boy pulls him in the middle. And here comes Sanjay Dutt on the apron. He bumps Sanjay Dutt off the ring. Lethal now is gonna grab the tights. No. Jungle Boy now. Wait, what's he doing? Jungle Boy's now dragging Lethal into the rope. There's the snare trap. He's trying to get him in the snare trap. He's banging on him, banging, and he's got him. He's got him in the. Lethal is gonna tap. Lethal's taps, and Jungle Boy wins the match.
And this is with the expected outcome. I mean, Jay Lethal was not winning this match because they have to continue to keep building Jungle Boy up stronger. Then when he eventually takes on Luchasaurus in their next matchup, and obviously build that feud until eventually when Christian Cage comes back from injury, it's all going to come down to that big match between Christian Cage and Jungle Boy, where Jungle Boy is going to get his revenge for what happened at All Out this past August. Chad, what's going on, bro? I hope you had a fantastic weekend, and thank you for coming by the watch along, bro. Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Chad. Thank you so much, very much. And make sure you hit that like button. You hit that like button on Jeffrey's channel. You hit that like button on the Hardcore Sports Network. You hit the like button on my channel as well. And right now we're showing you in the ring Hook and his tag team partner for next week are training. They are training, getting ready for their match next week at Grand Slam. No, guy, what's happening?
That must be Action Jackson, I think his name is.
Yes, Action Jackson. Yes. They are
That's right,
getting
because it's
ready
going to be
for next week.
2.0. It's
Next
going to be
week.
2.0 versus Action Jackson
Yes.
and Hook in a 2-on-2 matchup at the pay-per-view.
Next week at Grand Slam. Speaking of the Big Apple, though, New York is known for its pizza. Now I'm going to introduce professional wrestling's premier pizza maker, Luigi Primo. Luigi Primo.
Luigi Primo. Oh.
What am I doing? Something nobody does around here. Takes this job serious.
And here comes Danhausen.
This is extremely fitting. So how about this? Since Ethan Page's ultimate goal is to become the king of the Atlantic, why don't I start with the jester of AEW this Friday on Rampage?
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna get a prompt. Danhausen looks like he's going to have a match on Rampage against Ethan Page.
Ethan Page should squash him. Ethan Page should destroy Danhausen on Rampage. It should not even be close.
Oh, of course. Exactly. We are in commercial mode, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let everybody know, we will not be doing the watch along next Wednesday because I will be in Arthur Ashe Stadium along with 20,000 people as we crown a new AEW champion next week. Grand Slam should be a good show. I'm looking forward to Grand Slam number 2. I was there for the first Grand Slam and I had a lot of fun. It was a fun night of wrestling. It's a lot of wrestling. It's 2 hours of Rampage. It's 2 hours of Dynamite. So and plus we got to tape. We got to tell you Elevation, and we got to televate. We also got to televise Elevation and Dark. So
Jeez.
a lot of next month, next Wednesday night. A lot of wrestling. Lot of wrestling next Wednesday. So
it's like almost 6 hours of wrestling on one single night.
Yes.
You better bring some medicine in case you got a headache from seeing all that wrestling. If you get tired, make sure you bring some type of energy drink because you're gonna be up for a long time.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Congratulations
great.
to your Steelers, Chad. They had a great first. Win against the Bengals in overtime, even though the Bengals had a horrible game that first week.
Yeah.
Sorry about what happened to T.J. Watt, but at least I heard that T.J. Watt might be back sometime in October. So that's a good sign, at least for you guys, that you're not going to be losing your All-Pro outside linebacker, and then he might be making his return, I think, within 4 to 6 weeks or so. So awesome win by you guys. Congratulations. Hope you guys can keep that momentum going into week 2. And speaking of week 2, real quickly, if you guys are interested, go head over towards the right now, Mitch and some of the other guys over there, Further AM, Randy, Next Shift. They're doing themselves the pick'ems right now for this coming week 2's games that are happening. Are also going to be on the Hardcore Sports Network. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you go support them over there. The NFL Picks Parlay for the week 2 games starting tomorrow with the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. So make sure you guys support them over there too on the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as right over here with my guy to my left, Earl Cole, as well as myself, NYG Jeffy T3285. And thank you very much for coming by the live stream tonight.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. We appreciate that. Just to let everybody know, ladies and gentlemen, the Yankees are winning over Boston. It is 3-1 in the 9th inning. So it looks like the Yankees will be sweeping the Boston Red Sox here tonight on the Yes Network. As far as the Mets is concerned, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what's happening with the Mets.
I think they're losing.
They are losing, 6-1 to the Cubs, and we are in the 5th inning. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like yes. Okay, Matt Hardy now is cutting a promo on All Elite Red. We are back from Dynamite.
What's that? You guys were in extreme in that match. And I'm down in extreme a little bit myself. Actually, one of the OG members of Team Extreme. And I do respect you. Okay, I know you know that. You're one of my greatest rivals. He's also also been one of my greatest partners. I am refocused here in AEW, and I am looking to scratch and claw my way back to the top. And that's why I'm challenging you, Darby Allin, to a match this Friday on Rampage.
He's a challenging Rampage. Man, you know something? I don't understand something with this Hardy thing. You know, I just wish that he would wake up one day and notice he can barely walk. He can barely walk to the ring. How much more wrestling does this guy have in him to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore? Why can't you be a coach? Why can't you be a mentor to some of these wrestlers and help them hone their craft? Not wrestling. I don't want to see Hardys anymore wrestling. They're just not the same that they were when they debuted on television.
Mm-hmm.
Their bodies are full of injuries. Matt DiMartino from Albany, New York is taking on Powerhouse Hobbs. And this is not going to last long. This is a squash.
This might be your new guy that's going to be taking on Wardlow soon for that TNT Championship, because they're building up Powerhouse Hobbs as one of those guys that's getting ready to maybe go on a TNT title run.
Oh, okay. So I guess they must have found this guy online, getting into, and that's the end of it. 1, 2, 3. That's it. It didn't even last a minute.
Look at this guy compared to Powerhouse Hobbs, and wonder why it didn't last a minute. Powerhouse Hobbs' arm is bigger than this guy's body.
That was the end of him, and that is the end of that.
What a spine buster.
Okay, Powerhouse Hobbs is going to speak. If you blinked, you missed it. We want Ricky, is the crowd chanting. Powerhouse Hobbs is bleeding from the mouth.
Don't get me wrong. Ricky's tough. I spent 21 months in the trenches with Ricky grinding.
Why is his mouth bleeding? I don't get it.
I have no idea.
In 35 seconds for me to beat him. But who's counting? Now that the chapter is closed on Ricky Starks.
I don't understand why is he bleeding? I mean, because the guy didn't even put up a fight.
Unless he hit him by accidentally in the mouth when he was doing the spine buster. Busted his lip.
Uh-oh. Here comes Ricky Starks. He's coming through the audience, ladies and gentlemen. Starks is coming down to the steps. He's coming through the audience. He's coming down the stairs. He's looking a hole in Powerhouse Hobbs. Ricky is not playing with Mr. Hobbs. Oh. Okay, now they're going at it. Now I think I know what happened. He was supposed to, Starks was supposed to bust Powerhouse Hobbs in the mouth, but Powerhouse Hobbs accidentally bit the blood cap that was in his mouth.
Oh, jeez.
So that's what happened. That's what happened. He was. That's what
you can't. You can't have that happen. I mean, come on.
You're supposed to be behind the tooth, and I guess it got loose. So you botched that. Okay, so we're 1 for 1, ladies and gentlemen, in the botch. Okay.
And I like these two guys a lot. These are two of my favorites in all Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, Luch.
Now we got a backstage segment
let me
right
tell
now
you
with the
something.
Lucha Brothers and the new
If you're
trios
not a-
champions.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the 9 o'clock hour, which means that I am going to close my lips, and Jeffrey will be taking us home for the rest of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Raw. This has been the AEW Dynamite Watch Along. I'm Earl Cole. That's Jeffrey Turner. And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Lucha Bros. Jeffrey, take it away.
Well, we all know the Lucha Bros and Pac had a fantastic Trios Championship match last week against the Best Friends for the vacant Trios Championships, as they were stripped, as we know, from the Elite. And they had a fantastic banger of a match. And there's no reason to think why these guys are not going to just continue to just represent those tag team championships to the best of their abilities. It looks like we got there's Phoenix. So we got 2/3 of the Death Triangle coming out right now, as maybe it looks like that the Lucha Bros are about ready to have their sights aimed at the tag team championships if in fact the Acclaim can't get the job done against Swerve in Our Glory.
Yes. And here comes Swerve in Our Glory.
This is going to be a fantastic matchup right here, as maybe the Lucha Bros and Pac are going for a lot of gold right now. They're trying to become the new belt collectors in AEW. Got the Trios Championships, and they got the All-Atlantic Championship. Now they have their sights, and maybe it looks like, on the Tag Team Championship. As here they are, Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. I just almost said WWE. The AEW Tag Team Champions have arrived.
Yes.
This should be a very, very high-flying, very, very fast-paced
And
matchup. We know how good these guys are.
Right. And just to let everybody know that next week at Grand Slam, it will be Swerve in Our Glory defending that title against the Acclaim. I'm going to say right now, we're probably going to have new tag team champions come next week.
I wouldn't be surprised either. This is like a warm-up test for these guys. But it's a difficult one because you can't have your tag team champions or your trios champions lose. So it's like really hard on how this match is going to go.
Would you do a double count?
No. AEW doesn't do count out. So right now we got a tag team championship match. And it looks like we're going to have Penta and Swerve start in the ring. And the crowd is right now chanting very strong for the Lucha Bros as we speak, the Trios champions. Swerve Scott and Penta right now face to face against each other. And of course, Cero Miedo! And Swerve Scott reverses it with a toss. There's a kick right to the gut by Penta. Penta now wraps up his arm, and he's going for that arm breaker immediately. He's going for that arm breaker, but no, Swerve counters it, and he launches him over the top. Swerve bouncing off the ropes. Penta misses it. Swerve on his legs. Oh, kick to the gut by Penta. Right in the gut of Swerve. Penta now throws him over to the corner. Big kick to the face. Step up Insiguri. Phoenix now enters the matchup. Phoenix rolling, drop kick over to the side. As he's taunting Keith Lee on the side. And here we go. Penta flips right Phoenix on top of him. One. And only a one count quickly on Swerve Scott. This is an AEW Tag Team Championship match as we speak. Phoenix with a big kick to the head. Right on the back of Swerve. Swerve to the gut of Ray Phoenix. Swerve's now setting him up for an STO. No, Phoenix counters it. Pops him up with his legs off the middle rope. Swerve on the middle rope now. Both men on the middle ropes, opposite side. Swerve, big time Hurricane Rana, tosses him over the top. Swerve, and now Swerve is tagging in the big guy. Keith Lee has entered the matchup. Keith Lee trying to use his fingers right now. Test of strength. Oh, Phoenix with a big slap to the face and another slap right to the chest of Phoenix. And Keith Lee with a big elbow right to the face of Ray Phoenix. Chops and punches being thrown back and forth by Ray Phoenix as well as Keith Lee. Keith Lee with a double chop, and Phoenix just goes down like a ton of bricks.
And now
Mitch
we're going into
Kofsky's
picture-in-picture, ladies and gentlemen.
Picture-in-picture. Keith Lee picks
Yes.
him up in the picture-in-picture.
Picture-in-picture.
Phoenix reverses it. He's trying to go for an arm drag. Gets attacked to Penta. Penta with a big-time kick. Oh, a Hurricane Rana. Swerve Scott to the outside. Big kick to the back of the head of Keith Lee. Penta Del Cerro now comes in. Double super kick. Penta now getting him up. Ray Phoenix trying to get up Keith Lee as we speak. Oh, he's going for the double drop kick to the nuts. Double drop kick to the fans and Franks. One, and only a 1 count on Keith Lee. Is this chaos? Earl, would you call this chaos right now? Oh, looks like Earl's camera might have frozen for a little bit. He'll get back to us in a second. Oh, Swerve getting a kick right. Keith Lee with a kick right to the side by Penta. Penta with another kick right to the shin. Penta El Cerro Miedo now throwing some more. Cerro Miedo right to the face of Keith Lee. Now he's on top. Multiple punches to the face. On top of that middle rope. Punches right to the face. About 5 or 6 of them to Keith Lee. And more. Cerro Miedo. Kick right to the head. An Itziguri right to the head of Keith Lee while he gets him in the middle of the ropes. Now he's trying to do an arm drag. No, he tags in Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix with a kick right to the gut of Keith Lee. Now he's kicking him in the shins, trying to get the big man off his feet. Moore's kick right to the shin of Keith Lee. Another kick. That's 4 kicks right now. He's got him down on his knees. Ray Phoenix now trying to tip him over on his back, and Keith Lee just picks him up like he's nothing, throws him into the turnbuckle, and then a big-time splash as now Swerve Scott enters the ring, tosses him over. Swerve Scott up, and there's an elbow drop right to the back of the neck of Ray Phoenix, doing his swerve right to his gullet. Taunting Penta. 1, 2, and Phoenix kicks out of 2 after the back elbow to the back of the neck. There's a lot of chaos going on.
And we're back from picture-in-picture. Yes, chaos in the ring. And let me just say this to my audience. If you're not a fan of Ray Phoenix, then you can't be a wrestling fan, because Ray Phoenix is just absolutely fantastic.
What a wrestling move right now. Look at this submission move right now by Swerve Scott. He's got both of Phoenix's arms tied behind his back while his legs are pretty much crossed on the other side of his body backwards. Phoenix is trying to muscle his way out of this maneuver right now. And he's able to reverse it with an arm drag of Swerve Scott. And he's able to he came up short. Swerve was able to grab his leg before Ray Phoenix could get the tag to his brother Penta. And there it is. Over the ropes, hook kick to Swerve Scott, and he puts him on his feet. And now Penta comes into the ring. Penta with a sling blade to the back of Swerve. And there's a kick right to the gut. Throws Swerve, reverses it. Top rope, in the middle, backstabber on Swerve Scott. Another sling blade right there to Keith Lee, knocking him off his side. Swift super kick right to the face of Keith Lee as Lee rolls out of the ring. Swerve tries to get him. And there it is. He picks him up, and he's going to get him with a super kick, followed by that top rope over by Phoenix, caught by Keith Lee, package pile driver by Pentagon, and Keith Lee just throws Phoenix right back in the ring while Pentagon was trying to get the pin on Swerve Scott. Pentagon was trying to pick up the pin there on Swerve after that package pile driver. And Keith Lee just literally takes Phoenix and throws him like a long dart right into Pentagon before he can get the 3 count. Pentagon looks like he's going for that. He's going to try to do that underhook package pile driver now. Trying to hook him up. He's got him up. He's got him up. Swerve reverses it. Swerve trying to get tagged in. Trying to tag in the big guy. Big punch to the face of Pentagon. And here comes the big guy. Keith Lee into the ring, and he just shoulder blocks Pentagon like he's nothing. Ray Phoenix at the top rope catches him with a big backbreaker on Phoenix. And there's a headbutt to Pentagon. His ego goes down like a ton of bricks. Phoenix trying to crawl his way over to Keith Lee. To no avail. Swerve Scott on the top rope. Keith Lee picks him up. Swerve Scott.
Beautiful Spanish fly.
Big kick right there by Pentagon trying to kick Keith Lee's face, trying to kick his legs off. No! Super kick right there at Pentagon on Keith Lee. Pentagon on the top rope. And there it is. Spanish fly by Ray Phoenix on Swerve Strickland. And oh my God! Penta Sarmiento with a Canadian Destroyer on Keith Lee. 1, 2, and he kicks out at 2. How the hell did he do that, Earl?
I have no idea. 1, 2, 3.
How the hell did he do that, Earl?
Well, I've no I don't know.
Go for the pack and power driver. No, countered by Strickland, and there it is. BBC on Penta for the 1, 2, 3, and the tag team champions retain their titles in a very exciting tag team matchup between Swerve and Orange Glory over the Lucha Bros. And as Earl just says, here comes the #1 contenders for the tag team championships, the Acclaimed.
Swerve, if you ever interrupt my rap again, I'm gonna beat your ass. So keep doing what you do best, and that's nut hugging every famous person you know.
Oh, Caster.
Roll his ass to New York City, so that next week at Grand Slam, your uncrowned champs, the Acclaimed, can become the World Tag Team Champions. New York City, Dynamite Grand Slam. The Acclaimed are gonna be your Drake and Josh looking asses all over that city because everyone loves the Acclaimed.
Oh, scissor me, Daddy. Scissor me.
It would just be an absolute travesty if they do not become the AEW World Tag Team Champions at Grand Slam. It just feels too inevitable that they're going to be taking those titles at Grand Slam.
I think it's about time, to be honest with you.
They're over as hell. You have to take advantage of it. While these guys are this hot. As much as I love Keith Lee and Swerve, and as good as they are, and they should be tag team champions longer, it just seems like these two guys, the Acclaimed, are way too over with Billy Gunn and this Scissor Me Daddy thing that they just can't not do the title change. They have to make the title change here and give these guys the tag team championships. It would be a missed opportunity for Tony Khan not to give the Acclaimed the tag team championships going forward. As Alex Marvez is now backstage with the Lucha Bros going into the back after their loss with Alex Abrahantes, as Pac is now cutting a promo.
Oh. Orange Cassidy just laid out Pac.
Double champion, huh? Not for long.
Well, you know Orange Cassidy's taking that All-Atlantic
Now
championship.
we're in commercial. Yeah, well, we're going to have to wait and see about that. We'll see about that.
Oh, he's taking it. There's no doubt in my mind that he's taking that championship. Tony Khan loves Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy is one of his favorite wrestlers in that promotion, and this is the type of championship that would be good for an Orange Cassidy. Pac's already a trios champion. I know you could keep that title on Pac, but this is your opportunity too because of how over Orange Cassidy is still with the crowd. And this is your opportunity for a guy that's been with the company for about 3 years to give him that opportunity to become champ. So I think that it's inevitable that Orange Cassidy is going to become the All-Atlantic champion. It's just a matter of time. I believe the match is at Grand Slam, so I think it's going to happen at there where they're going to have the title change. And Pac's going to just be a trios champion after that. And Orange
So we're going to
Cassidy
get two
will become the new
title
Atlantic
changes.
championships. Oh yeah, there's going to be title changes at that pay-per-view.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey has predicted two title changes here next week for AEW Grand Slam on TBS. We're gonna have to see.
It makes sense. It makes sense because of the fact that Orange Cassidy is over. Everybody in that promotion loves Orange Cassidy. He's still over with the fans. He's not right now
Do
on
you
a
love
TNT
Orange
championship
Cassidy?
level. I like Orange Cassidy. I've always liked him in the ring. I've always been a fan of Orange Cassidy in the ring. The problem is, I think his gimmick is just a little bit too, played out. That's the only problem I have with Orange Cassidy. Is I think the gimmick. It's not even cookie cutter. I just think the gimmick is played out. It's been done to death for the past 3 years. I love his in-ring ability, but they need to fix up the character a little bit more. And I think they just need to alter it a little bit, give him something different to go with, a sloth style type thing that he does. Obviously, he's talking a little bit more compared to what he used to when he was just pretty much a mute, where he didn't say anything. So that's at least giving him some more development to his character. But right now, Orange Cassidy needs some more depth to his, to his sloth-like character. If you want to try to see if you can get him over to the type of position where you want Orange Cassidy to be, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how they're going to go with it. I think he's definitely going to become the AEW All-Atlantic Champion. I think it's just a matter of time. It's just a question of, is it going to happen at Grand Slam, or are they going to try to maybe do it on a bigger venue? That's the only question when it comes to this this championship going forward.
Right. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are commercial, and they are showing you Popeyes, Louisiana chicken.
Popeye
and now
the
we are
Sailor
back,
Man.
and Dr. Britt Baker.
That's okay, because my friend right here is capable of stepping in. That's right, Tony. I've been brushing, I've been flossing, I've had my apple a day to keep the DMV away. But tonight we are going to do this for sheep. Britt, haven't you got anything better to do? Figure it out with your friend Jamie Hayter, seeing as without her you are completely and utterly useless.
Jamie Hayter
So
walks
useless.
out on Dr. Britt Baker this afternoon.
But that's okay.
Walks out on her.
We're really going to enjoy this. But you two, not so much.
Oh, so we got a backstage promo between Tony Storm and Athena, cutting that promo on Britt Baker.
Yes, and here comes Serena D. She is the real deal, Holyfield. Serena D. I love her as a heel.
I love Serena Deeb. I love Serena Deeb. One of those veteran type workers that AEW did a good job bringing her in because she's so talented in the ring. And this heel persona is really helping her out too. Trying to get more depth in her character.
Let me ask you something. Right. Let me ask you. Does Serena Deeb remind you of the Fabulous Moolah?
A little bit. A little bit she does. You mean like her style or her in-ring ability or just like her character?
Yeah, just her heel work. Because if you remember the Fabulous Moolah, how she neutralized her opponents in the ring, she used to cheat. She had brass knuckles in her bra.
Yes, she did.
Rebel or Reba, as they call it, is coming with Dr. Britt Baker. Hold on 1 second, Jeffrey. You have to do it. It is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
no, I'm not doing it.
Do that on our show.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it for her. She's END, as in end of her title reign and chance of being champion. Because I want Jamie Hayter.
Right.
I want Jamie Hayter now to become more of a focal point in this women's division.
Exactly.
And here comes your duo right here of Athena and Tony Storm. Look at what an entrance for Athena. Welcome back, normal guy.
Hello, normal guy. Welcome back. Hit that. I hope you hit the like button. Remember, subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network. Subscribe to my channel and all points in between. And Jeffrey will be taking us into this match.
What kind of chicken sandwiches? Where'd you get them from?
Oh God,
she does. Tony Storm always looks great.
2 chicken sandwiches. Okay. Yeah.
Earl, when does Tony Storm ever not look good? Tony Storm looks good on a good day, a bad day, any day. She's fantastic in the ring, out of the ring, all over the place. She's one of the best women's wrestlers out there, and she's a well-deserved AEW Women's Champion right now. The question is, who is going to be that number 1 contender to challenge her for that AEW Women's Championship going forward?
Right.
As it looks like we're going to have Tony Storm and Serena Deeb are going to be starting this matchup. So the AEW Women's Champion is going to be going against Serena Deeb. This could be a potential feud we're going to be looking at going forward as Deeb and Storm lock up in the middle of the ring. Deeb tries to do a leg whip, try to throw over. Deeb's now taking control, puts Tony Storm on the ground, gets her over on the ground. No, Tony Storm reverses it. Arm block on the back of her. Deeb gets back to a sitting position. Deeb gets back up on her feet, and there's a toss over on the middle. Headlock. No, Tony Storm reverses out of it. Deeb. Tony Storm flips her over. Tony Storm, no. There's the leg lock. No. Serena Deeb flips her over. It looks like a bunch of counter moves right now in the middle of the ring as both women get back on their feet after a couple of maneuvers. Excellent in-ring ability right there, in-ring work by Tony Storm and Serena Deeb, 2 of the best in this women's division for All Elite Wrestling. Both of them lock up back in the middle of the ring. Deeb takes the advantage, puts Tony Storm back in the corner of the ring. Deeb's now delivering a chop right to the chest, another chop right to the chest, a third chop to the chest of Tony Storm. So Storm reverses, and a vicious couple of chops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 chops right to the chest of Serena Deeb, followed by a kick right to the gut. Throws her into the opposite corner, and tags in Athena into the middle of the ring. Tony Storm flips her up for a scoop slam. Hit her bottom hit the ring, and there's a splash over the top rope by Athena on Serena Deeb for only a 2 count. Serena Deeb goes for the clothesline, misses. Oh, a double drop kick right to the corner by Athena on Serena Deeb. And Athena with a clothesline there, picks her up, and she gut punch double foot right to the face of Serena Deeb by Athena. Beautifully executed move by Athena. And now she's going up to the top rope. Looks like she's going for that clips, and Britt Baker distracts her on the side. Baker ducks the clothesline on the outside of the ring, and there's Serena Deeb with a chop block to the leg of Athena.
And now we're going in picture-in-picture.
As right now, Serena Deeb is smashing that left leg of Athena on the outside of the ring. As Rebel and Serena Deeb give a little bit of a high five now, as right now, obviously we know Athena, when she was in her days in WWE, she did suffer a severe Achilles tear that pretty much took her out of action for about a year and a half to 2 years. So right now, Serena Deeb is targeting that leg, and most notably that Achilles area of where Athena pretty much had her surgery. As she's doing, there's a dragon screw on the ground from Serena Deeb on the injured ankle / foot of Athena. The left ankle right now she's targeting going forward. That's going to be pretty much the focal point of this matchup right now, as Serena Deeb is targeting that leg. And there's a chop right to the chest from Serena Deeb on Athena in the corner of the ring. And now she's setting her up. Dragon screw at the corner of the ring on the injured leg of Athena. Serena Deeb is now mocking her and mocking the crowd, spinning around, pretty much saying she's the greatest in the world, as she is. And she tacks in the doctor. Dr. Britt Baker is now in the middle of the ring. Britt Baker takes a hobbling Athena right now, punches her to the face. Athena right now favoring that foot. She can't even move right now. She tumbles right as Britt Baker looked like she was going to toss her against the ring ropes. And Athena just tumbles to the ground, favoring that left leg. She can't even put any weight on it right now. Britt Baker's choking her on the side of the ropes. as we speak. A couple of elbows right there to the neck area and the head of Athena, as Athena's right now struggling, holding onto that left leg as we speak. Trying to make the tag over to a fresh Toni Storm, but Britt Baker intercepts it and is now applying a chokehold right in the corner of the ring, right by Toni Storm as we speak. Britt Baker with a couple of elbows to the head, and there's a underhook suplex by Britt Baker over near the corner of Serena Deeb on Athena as she tags in Serena Deeb in the middle of the ring. And Serena Deeb is right now hitting the licks on the back of Athena as Athena is trying to get back to her stance, and she tumbles back down to the ring as Serena Deeb is now going for, it looks like a figure four type maneuver. Sort of like a figure four.
And we're
like
back from
Boston
picture in
Crab
picture.
maneuver on Athena, and right now trying to put more pressure on that injured left leg of Athena as we speak as she lets go of the hold. Toni Storm is right now begging to get back into the middle of the ring. And Athena with a big-time insecurity to the head of Serena Deeb, trying to get a fresh Toni Storm into the middle of the ring. And she tags in Storm. Storm into the ring. Shoulder block on Britt Baker. Kick to the gut of Serena Deeb. And there's Britt Baker trying to get a cheap shot in there. Toni Storm with a drop kick, shotgun drop kick to Britt Baker in the corner of the ring. And there's an uppercut. Drop toe hold. And Toni Storm is going against the ring. And then she goes for she was going for the hip attack on Britt Baker. Drop kick to the side. And there's a tornado DDT on Britt Baker on the outside, taking her out after an elbow right to Serena Deeb.
Great, solid match.
She's trying to go for the Storm Zero, but no, Baker reverses it. Baker sling blade on Toni Storm in the middle of the ring. Britt Baker's now trying to crawl over, tagging a fresh Serena Deeb. Deeb tags in Athena. Athena still, she's not favoring that foot anymore. You have to wonder why she's not selling that foot injury. Deeb now and Athena trading strikes in the middle of the ring. Deeb now getting the upper hand. Big time headshots to the face of Deeb. Athena off the ropes. Deeb misses. Corkscrew. No, Deeb catches her in an arm lock. Deeb with a counter after Athena was going for a corkscrew clothesline. But Deeb's got her in the armbar right now in the middle of the ring, trying to force Athena to stop trying to break the hold. And Athena counters her for trying to get it. No, trying to get a 2 count. And Athena trying to pick up Deeb. Picks her up. And she's got her up in the hold. And Deeb counters the bomb. And Athena with a meteor right in the middle of the ring. Tags in a fresh Toni Storm. Toni Storm to the top rope. And she drops the crossbody over the ring of Serena Deeb. Deeb counters it. And she hits a half Boston Crab right in the middle of the ring of Toni Storm. Toni Storm is trying to get to the ring.
No, Athena breaks it up.
Deeb trying to get the move. No, Athena kick to the chest of Deeb. Deeb is not letting go of the half Boston Crab. Baker super kick to Athena in the middle of the ring. And another super kick right to the face of Toni Storm while she has the applied. And there's a reversal right there. 1, 2, and a big time senton R2. Serena Deeb by Athena. Britt Baker tosses Athena out of the middle of the ring as now Athena and Britt Baker going at it. Baker tosses Athena right into the steel steps as Deeb and Toni Storm are struggling to get to their feet. Looks like Athena has been taken out of this match, Earl, as we speak. Deeb is right now taking control.
Yes,
she's
1, 2, 3. Oh, no.
Toni Storm reverses the powerbomb. She's going for that deep suplex. Toni Storm has got her in a maneuver right now. Britt Baker's got a steel chair. Oh! Deeb with the steel chair right in the face. 1, 2, 3. Cause a distraction in the back. And Britt Baker and Serena Deeb, due to this distraction of Rebel, pick up the victory. This is a surprising move, if I have to say. I'm not a very, very, very big fan of this. As Athena gets in the middle of the ring and she clocks Baker. She's now beating the hell out of Baker in the middle of the ring. Athena now clocking Deeb on the other side. She takes down Deeb with a couple of forearm shots. Baker with a super kick to Athena, leveling both of them out. And now Britt Baker with a stomp right to the face of Athena in the middle of the ring. Baker is right now taking advantage as Rebel tosses the chair in the middle of the ring as she looks like she's going to be taken. And Jamie Hayter's coming out to the ring. Jamie Hayter, she takes the chair away from Britt Baker. And she hits it in the gut. Oh, looked like she was going to take it and counter against Britt Baker. And she hits the gut of Toni Storm and then hits the back of Toni Storm's back.
And as they leave the ring, we are looking at Ramp. Yeah. Now we have Rampage matches. Josh Woods takes on the Samoa Joe.
It looks like there's a lot of competition right now going on for that AEW Women's Championship as Britt Baker is still trying to plead to Jamie Hayter, saying, I'm sorry what I did. As Earl just said, Samoa Joe versus Josh Woods right now is going to be happening for the Ring of Honor World TV Championship. As right now we have Tony Nese and Josh Woods in the back with Smart Mark Sterling.
Right.
That was a very solid women's match. What's good, my guy? Unpopular Opinion Sports, NYG22. What's going on, my guy? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday night, your hump day. And if you guys have not already, make sure you guys go sub up to our guy over here, Unpopular Opinion Sports, where he's going to give you the unpopular opinion of anything and everything sports, basketball, baseball, football, whatever it is. He's going to give you those unpopular takes. It's up to you how you take them. As they were just hyping up a package for Josh Woods and Samoa Joe this coming Rampage on Friday for the Ring of Honor TV Championship. As they announced it earlier, Ethan Page will be taking on Danhausen in a one-on-one matchup. You're going to be getting Penelope Ford versus Willow Nightingale this coming Friday on Rampage. And as well as Matt Hardy will be taking on Darby Allin on this Friday at Rampage on TNT. And up next, we are going to be getting
Orange Cassidy.
AEW semifinals for the World Championship. It's going to be Jon Moxley. And look at this. We got an AEW interim World Championship match this coming Wednesday. Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb versus Athena versus Dr. Britt Baker. Fatal four-way matchup. And as Earl was just mentioning, we're going to get Pac versus Orange Cassidy this next Wednesday at Grand Slam for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship.
I can't wait. Grand Slam looks like it's going to be good. Unpopular Opinion Sports, how are you? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Jeffrey, what do you think of Grand Slam so far?
I think it's got some very solid matchups overall. I think one of the best matches is obviously going to be who's Jon Moxley going to be taking on for the AEW World Championship, the vacant AEW World Championship that Punk had to give up. I'm going right now on a limb, and I think that Danielson is going to end up getting that victory over Jericho. And I think it's going to be Danielson and Moxley going against one another for that AEW World Championship. So that's going to be a great match. We obviously saw what happened at All Out, that phenomenal tag team championship match between Swerve and All Glory versus the Acclaim. And you know they're going to put on another banger of a matchup this coming Grand Slam. We know Pac and Orange Cassidy, if you have not watched these two guys wrestle one another, these two guys put in an absolutely fantastic matchup a couple of years ago during Revolution in 2020. These guys, that was Orange Cassidy's first ever matchup that he had. These guys know how to put on a banger of a match, so there's no reason why these guys cannot put on a great match for that AEW All-Atlantic Championship. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go down. And I'm also curious to see what's going to happen with the AEW Women's Championship going forward. As they just announced an AEW Fatal 4-Way Grand Slam match for the AEW Championship. Next week at Grand Slam. Britt Baker, Athena,
Yes.
Toni Storm, and Serena Deeb. How that's going to go down. What do you think about it, Earl? Who do you think's got the upper hand in that women's championship match?
Yeah, that's gonna. I think it's Toni Storm because she's the one that's the champion. She's got to defend it against these three ladies, and she has to hold on to that belt. She doesn't want to lose that championship so quickly. I think that it is in her detriment to retain that championship and move forward in the championship pay window.
I agree. I mean, you cannot take the belt off Toni Storm. The main thing that's going to happen with this is you might have Britt Baker look like she's on the verge of winning that championship, and then out of nowhere you see Jamie Hayter come out and in a way cost Britt Baker that championship, as you could start putting together more of that dissension between Baker and Jamie Hayter, as Hayter is clearly wanting to go after that AEW Women's Championship as well. So Toni Storm should not be losing this championship going forward. It's just a question of building more of that dynamic is between Jamie Hayter and as well as Britt Baker for that Women's Championship. Although I really believe that Jamie Hayter should be right now focusing herself on possibly getting ready to take on Jade Cargill for the AEW TBS Championship, as we're getting ready for Bryan Danielson taking on Chris Jericho for the right to take on Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship at Grand Slam next Wednesday, which should be a banger of the match overall. Jericho and Danielson put on a fantastic match as well as All Out, and there's no reason to think that these two will not put on another great match tonight in the main event of All Elite Wrestling on Dynamite.
So let me ask you something, Jeffrey, before this match. What did you think of Dynamite overall tonight?
I thought there's been some hits on the show so far. I mean, I thought the matchup between Swerve and Our Glory versus the Lucha Bros was a very, very good match. I thought that Guevara, his matchup earlier on in the day was pretty solid when he took on Jon Moxley. There were some faults in it. I didn't understand the distraction angle with take Ty Mello and Anna Jay. That was a little silly. The women's match was solid overall, though I don't agree with having your champion be pinned, but I guess I understand why they did it. It was for distractional reasons, though I think that was a little silly. You don't want to pin your champion. And a couple of the matchups that they've announced so far, I don't get this. I don't understand Danhausen. I apologize if people like Danhausen. I think the character's silly. I don't get it. But, I mean, if that's somebody you like, to each their own. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with him going forward. And I think the overall Rampage and Dynamite, when it comes to Grand Slam matchups overall, should be very solid. And then obviously we're leading up to this match right here. Chris Jericho versus Danielson for the right on who he's going to take Jon Moxley on for that vacant AEW World Championship.
And Almighty, I don't agree with your assessment. AEW is not garbage.
AEW is a little bit of a cold spell right now. The question with AEW is, are they going to be able to keep up the momentum with the Elite and CM Punk non-television? That's the problem. Are people going to still be engaged in it? Oh, and MJF. How could I forget about MJF's promo? MJF's scathing promo that he had earlier on Jon Moxley, which might be setting up a prelude of what's going to be happening at Grand Slam our next Wednesday, as we might be getting a rematch eventually between Jon Moxley versus MJF in the future. So we'll have to see what's going to happen, but MJF might have been the highlight of the show again with that absolutely fantastic scathing promo that he put on Jon Moxley earlier.
Yes, and Danielson right now is chopping at Danielson right now is just beating the stew out of Jericho in the corner.
WWE is better right now, but talk to us when WWE is actually going to be WWE's hit a little bit of a slow point lately. Their shows have been good, but they haven't been like as impactful as like when they first started, when Triple H first took over. They're good, but they're not great. But we'll see what happens.
And I hate to say, and I hate to say this.
You know, whoa! I apologize to interrupt.
My almighty for
you
this.
don't know who Danielson is? You're trolling. You gotta be trolling. That's Daniel Bryan. You gotta know who Daniel Bryan is from WWE.
No, come on.
He's gotta be trolling.
Oh, come on. I'm not even gonna.
And there's a chop right in the corner from Danielson to Jericho. Jericho and Danielson now exchanging chops over in the corner with each other. Jericho now gaining the upper hand with a chop to the corner. Danielson reversed it. A big-time chop and a kick right to the chest. Another chop. Danielson whips Jericho into the corner. Danielson, drop kick right to the face of Jericho. In the opposite corner, Danielson right now taking the upper hand in this AEW semifinal World Championship Tournament matchup. Jericho right now with a fist to the face. Another fist to the face as Daniel Garcia right now is in the back watching this matchup as we speak. Jericho with a shoulder block on Danielson. Over Danielson. Jericho now. Danielson tosses Jericho over the top ropes. Jericho on the outside. Danielson going over the middle. And he drop kicked Jericho through the middle ropes. Danielson now looks to Jericho. Jericho back on his feet on the outside. And Danielson with a big time high knee to the face of Jericho on the outside. As Danielson poses on the outside with the crowd.
Right.
Jericho's right now on the outside, on his back.
And right now, yes.
Yeah, definitely a smart strategy and game plan.
Remember, tickets are still available for Grand Slam. Right, exactly. Danielson now just turned Jericho inside out with that drop kick.
Danielson right now trying to focus on that arm of Jericho as he threw his arm into the post twice. Danielson now to the top rope. Danielson on the top rope and shotgun drop kick to Chris Jericho in the middle of the ring. Danielson now going up to the opposite side of the turnbuckles. Up to the top rope. Danielson's up. And he does the flying headbutt to the arm of Chris Jericho. 1, 2, and a 2 count on Chris Jericho. Aubrey Edwards just counts the 2 count on Jericho after the flying headbutt off the top by Bryan Danielson. And now he's working on that left arm of Chris Jericho where he got the arm smashed into the post by Danielson. And now he's working that arm, twisting it up. And now he's bending the fingers as we speak on that left arm of Jericho. Aubrey Edwards asking Jericho if he's giving up, and he says no. Jericho back up to his knees, as well as Danielson. Danielson back up to his feet, and he kicks that arm, kicks the injured left arm of Chris Jericho going forward. Danielson with a look of disgust on his face, as here he goes with the yes kick. A one kick to the face, left kick to the face, right kick to the back of the head of Jericho, left kick to the chest. Right kick to the arm. Danielson repeated kick to the arm. And he sets it up and Jericho misses the hook kick. Jericho with a German suplex on Danielson. Danielson. Danielson got a German suplex over on the outside. Jericho's in the middle of the ring, flexing that left arm as we speak. Jericho up the middle rope for a drop kick to Danielson. He goes out to the outside. Jericho, springboard, drop kick, kicks Danielson on the outside. Jericho now posing up his finger in the middle of the ring. Jericho over, and he goes off the top of the middle rope, onto the outside with a clothesline, off the top rope to the outside on Danielson. Now he's laying the fist on a prone Danielson on the outside, a couple of fists right to the face as he's celebrating on the outside to the crowd. The 50-plus-year-old Chris Jericho still showing that he has some moves on the outside as he tosses Danielson back in the middle of the ring.
He's getting annoyed. He gets annoyed. Yeah.
And he just smacking Danielson in the middle of the ring. They're smacking each other. Now they're chopping each other. This match is physical. This match is very physical, and it's also hard hitting. So if you like it, If you like it, ladies and gentlemen, then you're gonna like this match.
That move looked like it just pissed off Danielson. Both guys are now just throwing fists right to face. Jericho's chest is all red. A chops back and forth. Danielson, Jericho. Danielson retaliates. Jericho with a chop right to the chest. Danielson right back to Jericho's chest. I'm back and forth. These guys are just throwing haymaker chops right to each other's chest. Both their chests are beat red. Jericho with a big chop to the chest of Danielson. Danielson's like, no, I don't think so. Big chop right to the chest of Jericho as we speak. Jericho looking pissed off. Big chops on the face of Danielson. They are throwing haymakers right now. They're thinking they're Gunther and Sheamus back at Clash at the Castle a couple of Saturdays ago, Earl. Danielson, back flick off the top rope. Danielson underhooks, and Jericho and Danielson collide right in the middle of the ring. Both of them are going for crossbodies as both guys go flying to the back. Earl is so...
And now we're going to picture
right now.
No, I'm just amazed at what's going on here. But we are in picture, ladies and gentlemen. We are in picture. These two men are destroying each other in the ring, and I'm just so taken back by the whole thing. I don't even know what to say in this match. There's just pound and ground in this match. Jericho now with fist to Dan Bryan's head, and he's bouncing on Danielson's head on the mat in the middle of the ring. And Aubrey Edwards said, please, don't grab the hair.
These two guys right now are laying it all on the line, and you need to lay it all on the line when you have the opportunity to become the AEW World Champion. And these guys put on a banger of a match back at All Out. And these guys are right now trying to make sure they duplicate what happened at that All Out pay-per-view a week and a half ago. As Jericho just pounding Danielson's face in the mat, and now he's flexing, double flex right there in the middle of the ring to the crowd, signaling that he wants to become the new AEW World Champion. As Danielson's right now wiped out on the side of the ring after Jericho's bashing his head near the outside of the ring as we speak. And now Danielson is just sitting there. He's doing push-ups in the ring. Earl, what is going on here? Chop right to the chest of Jericho.
It's what you call, ladies and gentlemen, showing off athleticism. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because it is. It is.
Jericho with the springboard line on the middle rope. Only for a 2 count.
And right now, Jericho is chopping Danielson in the corner. He whips Danielson. Jericho goes shoulder first into the post.
Jericho is right now taking control of this matchup as we speak.
Would you say
he's taking control? And Jericho right now, absolutely. This is one brutal, big-time ground and pound matchup. Jericho was going for a shoulder block, and he throws his shoulder right into the post. We have to remember that's one of the stories of this matchup, as when earlier in the match, Danielson was working on that left shoulder. Jericho ended up missing that spear right in the corner, and he smashes that left shoulder right into the post. As Jericho is now favoring it, Danielson's heading over to the top ropes as we speak, while Jericho's laying in the middle of the ring, favoring that left shoulder that just went into the post before. Danielson to the top rope. It looks like he might be going for a double spear, and Jericho intercepts it and cross-chops him. Danielson now laying cross-chopped in the top rope. Jericho trying to position him up possibly for Earl. What is he positioning him for? What is one of your favorite? What's one of the moves that he right now is positioning him for, Earl?
He's positioning him for a
Hurricane Rana!
Hurricane Rana! Hurricane Rana! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Hurricane Rana.
Jericho goes to the Judas effect and misses it. German suplex, and it only gets a 2 count.
Every time we say the word Hurricane Rana, ladies and gentlemen, please take a drink of your pina colada. Yes.
And Daniel Bryan now with the reverse, looks like a reverse surfboard move. flips him over, and he's got Jericho's both his arms locked in a submission right now. Jericho's trying to reverse it, getting back over, putting back to a prone position on his. He's right now sitting on his rear. Danielson is on his knees right now, still trying to apply a chokehold right now, and he's using his elbows, beating the chest, the beat red chest of Chris Jericho in the middle of the ring while he has his right arm hooked. Danielson repeated beats right to the chest of Chris Jericho in the middle of the ring. Danielson is right now caving in that chest of Chris Jericho as we speak.
And what, ladies and gentlemen, this is not Dynamite anymore. This is called Chopomania.
It is. This has literally become Choppa and Elbow Mania as we speak.
Yeah.
And now Jericho is reversed on. Now he's throwing elbows right to the neck of Danielson. Danielson's not even fazed by it. Danielson is not even fazed by these elbows. He's just getting up. It looks like he's getting more pissed off. As what is he doing? He is staring at that AEW World Championship while getting pounded right in the face by Chris Jericho. Big slap to Jericho by Danielson. Jericho's right now on his feet. Reverse slap by Jericho to Danielson. Both these guys are right now in the middle of the ring, taking big chops to the chest. Danielson and Jericho throwing haymakers. Jericho taking a chop, right back to Danielson. Danielson, big chop to Jericho. Mother chop to Jericho. Kick to the back of the leg. Kick to the chest. Back another one. Danielson, code breaker. Code breaker by Jericho. And there it is. The Psycho knee. The Psycho knee. Right to the face of Jericho by Danielson. Jericho's down in the middle of the ring. Mm-hmm. Will Danielson be able to get up and take advantage of it?
Oh, chop on the eight. Chop. These two men are doing a chop salad. That is what their chest looks like, a chop salad. Whoa, no. Oh, no. And Danielson comes hard on his foot, on his leg. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Repeated chops right now.
Oh, no.
Jericho. No. Danielson tries to get Jericho in the ring, and no. Oh. Danielson, when he's flipped over the top rope, and right now he's favoring that foot as we speak. Danielson might have just injured his foot after Jericho threw him off over the top rope of the ring. Danielson is right now in a lot of pain as we speak, as he's grabbing that ankle, that left ankle, and it looks like we might have a serious injury here, folks. Bryan Danielson right now he's pretty much removing his boot. This is not good news right now. Bryan Danielson has clearly injured that left ankle. Jericho has no idea what's going on as we speak. Jericho with just a look of absolute confusion. And Jericho now taking the exposed foot of Danielson, just punching it off, forcing his foot right to the ground, smashing his foot, hitting it again repeatedly, smashing the injured foot of Danielson on the outside. Danielson without his boot. Jericho throwing an injured Danielson back in the ring, takes the exposed foot, and he smashes it against the post.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Danielson looks like he's in a lot of trouble.
Danielson is clearly favoring that left ankle.
The crowd is stunned. I don't know if he can continue.
And Jericho with a figure four maneuver on the ring post. Jericho is doing everything he can right now to damage that injured left ankle as he smashes Danielson's boot that Danielson had to take off on his head while Danielson is crawling in that middle of the ring with a damaged foot as we speak. Is Danielson even going to be able to try to continue in this match? Jericho with a chop block to that injured ankle.
Look at it. Look at Jericho's pectoral. It's all black and blue from all the chops. Look at his pectoral. Look at that. That looks nasty.
Jericho right now is
Woo!
destroying that left leg of Bryan Danielson as he just pushes away the ref, Aubrey Edwards. In the ring, Jericho's chest, his right pectoral is absolutely beating the hell up. Danielson on one leg right now is pretty much favoring that leg. Jericho looking like he's trying to hit that knee again. Danielson reverses it. Couple of elbows to the back of the head of Jericho. Jericho, back of the head. Danielson repeated elbow shots to the back of the head of Jericho. Danielson over to the left side. Danielson with a kick to the face. And Jarrett Danielson was trying to go for that bicycle knee. Jericho counters it. Excuse me. Jericho with the walls of Jericho, a.k.a. the Lion Tamer in the middle of that ring. Jericho in the middle of the ring has that.
Ready to pass out.
He does. Danielson just might be in a whole lot of pain right now because of the issues with that left ankle right now, clearly giving him a whole lot of issues. Jericho in the middle of the ring has the Lion Tamer cinched in. Danielson is trying everything he can to crawl over to the side of the ropes, but Jericho is not letting him get over to those ropes as we speak. Danielson is in a ton of pain as now Jericho is clearly going for the half-crossed Boston Crab on that injured leg. Oh my God, this is painful to watch, Earl. Danielson is giving everything he can.
And Danielson was trying to get to the ropes, but he just can't make it. He just can't make it.
Danielson is trying to pull off a heroic comeback right now. Jericho has got that half Boston Crab cinched in the middle of the ring, twerking that bad left ankle that Danielson suffered when Jericho suplexed him from the inside of the ring to the outside, and Danielson clearly landed awkwardly on there. Jericho brings him right back in the middle of that ring. Jericho reverses it again as he's going for that figure four on Danielson, punching Danielson right in the face, trying to get that figure four cinched in to Danielson.
Dragon screw.
Jericho with repeated elbows to the face of Jericho. Danielson kicks Jericho in the middle of that ring. Danielson, 1, 2, no! Danielson trying to go for the victory, and no, he can't do it. Jericho, dragon screw in the middle of the ring to the injured left leg of Danielson. Jericho now trying to apply the figure four in the middle of the ring, and he's got it to an injured Bryan Danielson. Danielson screaming right now in pain from that figure four leg lock from Chris Jericho, putting all that pressure on that left leg of Bryan Danielson. Is he going to be able to come back, Earl?
Well, it looks like he's trying to. Danielson is trying to get Jericho in that submission hold with his boot off, but that looks painful.
Danielson now going for the lapel lock. Danielson just reverses it, and he looks like he's got it. Danielson's got the lapel lock. Danielson's got the lapel lock on Chris Jericho, pounding him in the face, trying to get that lapel lock completely cinched in. And he's got it. Danielson's got Jericho on the lapel lock.
That's it.
Jericho's got nowhere to go. Danielson's trying to get Jericho to tap. Aubrey Edwards asking if Jericho wants to tap. Right in the middle of that ring. Oh, Jericho. Danielson's got the nose of Chris Jericho. He's in all the way. And Jericho, is he going to tap? Is he going to tap? He taps. Jericho taps. He taps. And Bryan Danielson picks up the victory. And he's going to go on to face Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship at Grand Slam, as Daniel Garcia gives a thumbs up. He appreciates that in a great main event on AEW Dynamite.
Oh my God, what a main event next week. Oh my God. I cannot believe I'm going to be in this audience. I can't believe I'm going to be part of history. Oh my God.
And here you go. Your preview for the AEW World Championship. John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Will John Moxley become a 3-time AEW World Champion, or will Bryan Danielson capture his first AEW World Championship? This is all going to happen next Wednesday. AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. And you have to figure that injury to Danielson is going to play a factor in this matchup, as these two guys have had some fantastic matchups over the years in the WWE. You have to figure that these two are going to put on a banger of a matchup. The question is, will Bryan Danielson be closer to 100% when he goes up against John Moxley for that interim vacant AEW World Championship, as there's a lot of respect between these two guys.
What a night on Dynamite. Guys, that is gonna put a bow on AEW Dynamite. What a night it was in Albany, New York. What a night. What a match. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, on my show, the Wrestling Experience. Yeah, we're gonna recap this Dynamite show tonight with my guest, Mr. Escobar Morales. Escobar and we will discuss and go over AEW Dynamite tonight from Albany, New York. I want to thank all of you in the chat, Almighty Finesse, Chad in the chat, Raphael, and even Mitch Kovsky, who was behind the scenes here tonight and popped in and said hello. I want to thank all of you who have joined us tonight in the chat for AEW Dynamite. Jeffrey and I will return Monday night from San Jose, California, and we will be doing WWE Monday Night Raw. Now the question is, Jeffrey, can Monday Night Raw bounce back from a terrible blow of the lowest ratings on television? We will see.
Well, I'll just say this right now. I'm not going to say it's a terrible blow, because if you know Monday night during this time of the year, Monday Night Football always is going to dominate the ratings. It's just a fact of the matter is that everybody normally watches Monday Night Football when it comes to this. And actually a 1.7 is not that horrible of a rating because of the fact it was the first Monday Night Football game. The question is now, will Triple H and WWE be able to bounce back now that you're going into your second week and they have to consistently put on good shows and continue to get those wrestling fans that are football fans as well to stay tuned into the product? Or will those ratings, like you mentioned before, continue to dip slowly because of the interest right now with Monday Night Football for obviously this point right now as we lead all the way into December and beyond? So that's the question right now. The shows should still be solid with Triple H booking them. The question is, will the ratings showcase that going forward?
And another thing too is I think what also suffered the show was the terrible booking that they did with this women's tag team belts. I think the audience got turned off with this. I mean, the Control won the titles last Monday night, as we all know. And
that was terrible booking.
The booking was just terrible. It was not right. It was just terrible booking. And then you brought back Omos, which just brought back flashbacks of Vince McMahon's booking, and you combinate all of that, and Raw just it went downhill from there. It wasn't the best Raw I've ever seen, but it was okay for what it was. It was okay. but I think the women's tag team belts were just mishandled wrong and booked incorrectly, and it was a mess.
The whole entire tournament was a
Elite,
mess. The
yeah,
whole entire
it was a
tournament was a
mess.
mess. There was no tag teams. There was no good tag teams in there. And then when you had decent ones, you suffered some injuries on one half of the bracket. There was no legitimate team in there that really was a force besides the damage control. And then you did the bad decision by giving that token title run to Aaliyah and Raquel Gonzalez, aka Rodriguez, when they had no business winning those championships. And you immediately pretty much put those championships so it threw him in the garbage because no disrespect, like I said, to Aaliyah. She should not be a champion. She's not good enough in the ring. She's not believable enough in the ring. And it was pretty much Raquel Rodriguez. It was like 1.25 of a tag team. Aaliyah should not be a champion. And I thought it just made those titles look bad. And luckily, Triple H reversed what was a poor decision he made a couple of weeks ago by putting those titles on Damage Control, which I think eventually will set up a matchup between Damage Control against either possibly a Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey duo, or, of course, a potential returning Sasha Banks and Naomi going around Survivor Series. So, Earl, do you have any other closing thoughts on this AEW watch-along for Dynamite tonight before we close out the stream?
Again, like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for the chat. We want to thank you all for watching AEW Watch Along. We won't be back for this next Wednesday because I'll be in Queens. But look for future with me and Jeffrey as we get prepared for Monday Night Raw this Monday night in beautiful San Jose. So for Jeffrey Turner, I'm Earl Cole. I will see you tomorrow night in cyberspace for my show, The Wrestling Experience. And before we go, let me just do one thing here. Yes, so tomorrow night, take a look at the experience.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take a new song.
Everybody, I hope you enjoyed that intro, and I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your Wednesday night and you had a great hump day. For Earl Cole, this is NYG Jeffy T3285. We will see you guys this coming Monday for the Raw Watch Along. Until then, take it easy and have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday night.